When I'm winding down for the day, I like to play more casual, zone-out types of games. Typically that's auto-battlers like Heroes Hour, visual novels, and small strategy games, but lately it's been Survivorslike. Vampire Survivors is the obvious point of entry, but there are a lot of variants, some that I enjoy and some that I don't. It's fun and somewhat addicting, at least for a little bit, to play a new Survivorslike. But that's also unproductive time, so I decided to create my own. I figure if I can spend a bit of time at night playing my own game as a player, that'll really help me polish the core game in a low-stress way since it's a side or secondary project. There are a ton of indie developers making Survivorslikes right now. I might even say that every indie is going to make a Survivorslike in 2025. This might just be like when you start noticing gas stations when you're low on gas, and there's the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, but there are certainly a lot. Why is that? Survivorslikes are still popular, and people are convinced that they are small games that are easy to make, and make small games is the mantra everyone seems to be repeating like zombies. The theory is that it's lower risk to create 4 smaller games over the course of 2 years than 1 larger one. I get it, the game industry has gone weird, and a lot of people are flailing to find something that works for them. I'm already working on navigating the labyrinth as my main project, so where's the sense in having more than one active project? That's my way. I work by an 80-20 time allocation rule, and always prefer to have a side project or secondary project when I'm working on the main one. It serves 2 purposes. The first is that when I run into a frustrating roadblock, making a little forward progress on something else is good for morale. The second is that it mitigates the what next feeling after a game ships. I was really out of sorts when my first major game Into the Inferno shipped because I didn't know what to work on next. I knew I wanted to make a sequel, but not before making another game first. I had a few false starts before creating a short visual novel, but that flailing was really uncomfortable and unproductive. Since then, I've been making sure to have some side things going, things I work toward making future projects with. It takes discipline not to focus too much time on them or to hop from project to project abandoning them, but now that I've released a few games and have a kind of rhythm, it's not that hard to balance. If you haven't shipped your first project yet, I wouldn't recommend it. Having a prototype or proof of concept ready to go for the next project is really helpful. That's also how I managed to get the Steam page for my next main project, Necromaster, up already, because enough of the game is built that I can take screenshots and record a trailer. I also made the slightly odd decision to build it a fully 2D game in Unreal Engine. Most people say the engine isn't great for 2D games and would recommend building in something like Unity or Godot instead. Well, I've been very focused on learning Unreal Engine for the last 6 months, and this is a great opportunity to establish some confidence and comfort with Unreal by shipping my first game with it. It's called Eridani Survivors, and you can wishlist it on Steam right now. I plan to iterate on it for a bit and release a demo somewhere between March and May. I'll show it off in the Steam Next Fest coming up in June, and then release it in August. It's already a fully working playable game, but there's a lot that I want to do to make it more interesting and more visually appealing. The nice thing is that it's low stress because at the core, I'm just building it for the fun of it. Thanks for watching.